Anthony Joshua's £200 million blockbuster fight with Tyson Fury was rexing to claim the IBF, WBA, WBO and IBO belts.
Brilliant performance by the man who dressed as the Joker this week, who's upset the party, who's destroyed the £200 million mega fight between Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua.
He could have pressured him better. I think he could have closed the gap. He could have, been busier with the left and right. And, doubled up, hit him around the body and head when he got close. Use his physicality inside. But all fighters, have a night where things don't click and they don't feel exactly how they want to feel.
But in boxing terms, it was two different levels, and you could see the difference between 350 and 35 amateur fights.
You're thinking Anthony Joshua's going to pull this off because he's got that.
Worried after a few rounds that he was getting caught with backhanders. He was getting caught by the left hand of Usyk quite a lot. So as soon as he tried to do that, or tried to sort of impose himself, caught him with a few body shots, he was getting caught in.
And now Usyk took the WBO, WBA, IBF and IBO heavyweight titles in a 12-round conclusive decision, wobbling AJ on numerous occasions. He's only found himself, in hot water only one time, really in the fight.
I'm happy very much. Great fight, very smart fight from Usyk's side. Very smart.
And in the 5th and 6th rounds, when he did go to the body, when he put dents in Usyk.
He allowed the smaller man to come in and establish himself too early. You can't let the smaller man come in and establish himself right away like that.
But I was disappointed in that fight that he didn't take it to him. Like that he wasn't dirty, he wasn't rough, he wasn't bullish.
They had a great performance still, it's just they let Usyk get off to too good of a start.
He was better in most departments and he had the last word in most exchanges. In a fight like that, you have to take your hat off and say the better man on the night won.
He battled hard, AJ. He was competitive. He was right in the fight, but he wasn't winning. And I thought it was, as you said, a masterclass. I thought it was a brilliant display of the sweet science of technical, agile boxing by Oleksandr Usyk.
No, he's got quick hands, and he's got a very good jab, and he's very quick with his counters. He throws the left hand and doubles it up sometimes, and obviously he's very accurate. So he's constantly thinking. It was a very, very, very good fighter, top fighter, world champion.
I want to try and exact revenge in the rematch. I think it might be harder than the Ruiz rematch though. So let's see what happens. But he fought did he fight the wrong fight? I think you got to say Oleksandr Usyk was just brilliant from pretty much start to finish.
So Andy Joshua, if he uses his physical attributes in the fight, no need looking at them in the mirror. They've got to be implemented in the fight. If they can be forced on Usyk, he can retain the titles. But if he tries to have another boxing match or do anything remotely close to doing what he did, it'll be the same.
He made good adjustments. He did some good things in the fight, but he let Usyk start too quick. You can't allow him to start early, and you're the heavyweight champ of the world. The former cruiserweight champ can't come up and take command in the first round. That's a bad sign.
Usyk wobbled Joshua in the 7th round, and even had the home fighter on the ropes in the last.
Usyk commanded the fight. He outthought, he outmaneuvered. He was the cat in there. He swayed from left to right. He never allowed Joshua to land any of his power punches.
He'll come back strong. He's more than ever determined to get his titles back. So it'd be really, really fascinating to see now what happens, and obviously he'll have to get them titles back.
You have to give credit where credit's due. I didn't believe Usyk would be able to implement such a perfect game plan against Anthony Joshua.
And I think that he's gone back to the drawing board after the Ruiz fight, and they've got him to box better, and I think that he probably went in a little bit confused whether to box or whether to utilise his natural attributes. Oleksandr Usyk didn't let him get going, and I thought he was brilliant. He was mobile, he started fantastically. I think he won the first 4 rounds, and certainly 3 of the first 4, and then Joshua came back, had a couple, but it was hard to give AJ much after that, and certainly by the end, he was exhausted.
Because we know Joshua is good puncher. It's huge risk for Usyk but he make excellent job and doesn't take a punch and win by point.
Should Joshua take the immediate rematch? It's a really difficult one in boxing terms because styles make fights, and Usyk does not have the style for Anthony Joshua to Well, it's his decision, and I think he'll want to fight Usyk again.
We always knew Usyk's a great fighter. This is no surprise, and I think Joshua had a bad day in the office. Simple as that.
I'm sure we'll have Tyson Fury saying in the next day or two, you know, if Usyk can do that to him, and he's 6'3" and 16 stone, look what I'm going to do. And as Joshua tired during the fight, you know, it became one-dimensional, and he ran out of ideas, and you still wondered if he could catch the guy. Every time he caught Usyk, I think he hurt him. But look what Usyk did. Usyk wobbled him at least once. It was at least once in the 7th round, staggered him backwards with some terrific punches. And, you know, it's a disappointing night for Anthony Joshua.
I feel gutted, you know, but I feel just when you get beat like that by an unbelievable performance, by a pound-for-pound genius, I don't know what else you can do. You just say, you know, you got to dust yourself down and be better. You know, I don't think it was a great performance from AJ, but that may well have been because Usyk was so bloody good. So yes, there's loads of things he can do differently, but putting them into play is something that is hard to.
Joshua had a bit of success in the 5th and 6th rounds, and you thought, oh, here we go, it's a bit of ascendancy for him. But Usyk didn't let up, and I think Joshua tired towards the end. There's talk about him having problems with his eyesight, or out of one eye from the 9th round onwards, and Usyk nearly finished him in that final round, didn't he, last 30 seconds.
And after 8 rounds, AJ's winning the fight on the scorecards, and then Usyk wins every round, 9, 10, 11. You know, AJ couldn't see in the 9th, but he got outmaneuvered, he got out-skilled at times. He didn't do enough, he didn't close him down enough, he didn't apply enough pressure, he didn't hurt him enough. Well, he did hurt him, but after he hurt him, he just didn't jump on him, so.
You can't underestimate him. He's the best fighter I've fucking ever faced. He's amazing. You can't underestimate him. Look what he's just done. It's amazing. He drew him into a boxing match. The one thing he didn't need to do, and he had a boxing match, and he can't do that. No one's gonna beat him in a boxing match. No one. I don't care what. No one's outboxing.
Usyk, I always felt that if Usyk was there after 8, 9 rounds, I said it to you, it's dangerous for Joshua. He shouldn't be there. He should have got him out of there by then. And
he's going to have to impose himself much more in the rematch. He's going to have to go a little bit more for broke, caution to the wind, which he didn't do tonight.